What's going on, bikers, riders, whoever you are? Thanks for joining me. My name is Ethan Densmore. Today is December 15th, 2020. This is the fourth episode of the Helmet Saves Live podcast here on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, you name it. We are making it happen, revamping. We're back with the podcast. My laptop's making sounds already. It's a great sign. Joined on Zoom by my friend, my riding partner, the specialized man, Nathaniel. Ride Boys, Bohrer, Biking Bohrer, whatever you want to call him. Nathaniel, what's going on, my guy? Thanks so much for joining us.
What's up, my dude? Thanks for having me. Glad to be here. It's about time.
So we're just going to have a pretty, nothing too crazy. We're just talking about biking because obviously we like biking. I'm sure if you're here, you also enjoy biking to some extent. So thanks for joining us. Just jumping right in, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what's your biking background a little bit, I guess?
Yeah, sure. So, obviously I did like the kids ride stuff. I rode when I was younger, had like the Schwinn
Nice.
like mountain bike, whatever it is. From a young age, I was like, I want to bike. Like I enjoyed biking when I was younger. And there was like this racing bike in the back of the back room in the basement that was just sitting on a trainer. And when I was younger, we would ask my dad about it and he'd be like, he wouldn't tell us anything. It was a mystery. Like the mystery was, what the hell is this bike doing in the basement? So we would get on it periodically, but it was way too tall for us. So we would like get onto the saddle, but our feet didn't touch the pedals. So then you had to figure out how to get off the bike without injuring yourself. And that kind of continued until about high school, sophomore year. I finally was tall enough that I could fit on the bike. And I mean, like just barely fit on the bike. And I was like, this is it. I'm riding it. So one day I just decided, I was like, I'm going to start riding the bike, the racing bike. And I took a weekend to actually do it. The decision happened on a Friday. I didn't get to ride until Sunday because I had homework to do. It was sophomore year of high school. I had homework to do. I couldn't figure out how to pump up a Presta valve. And I could not understand it. So it took me a weekend until Dad finally told me to unscrew the thing, to unscrew the top so I could pump up the tires and actually ride. I don't know why I didn't look it up. I felt so dumb, but I did get my homework done. And so from that point on, strapped on the clips, I didn't muck around with any flat pedals on a racing bike. Immediately onto clips.
Just right into it.
Just straight into it. Fell several times on the court trying to figure out how to get myself started.
Dude,
And then I rode. I rode all fall sophomore year, and I rode the next summer and the summer after that some. And I was just having a grand old time until I went to college. I took a bike to college, like not the racing bike. I took another one of my dad's bikes, and I biked to a church job I had for a couple months, and just around the Quad Cities. Just took a couple rides, and then I stopped. I stopped riding. I took the bike home. It was a pain to have in a dorm. I was just tired of it. So I only rode when I was home. And then this past, quarantine happened. And I was like, you know what I should do right now is I should really bike. Because I was weightlifting. And I was like, it'd be great if I did weightlifting, bike, weightlifting. It'd be great.
Why not? Might as well.
Both areas.
Yeah.
And so I started riding again and got you and I got Jacob to ride with me periodically. Although I will say you two were a little more reluctant than I was in the beginning.
Yeah.
And just sent it and then just absolutely stopped weightlifting. I was like, screw this, man. I could just go ride my bike all day. I'm just going to ride all the time. And so I was still riding the racing bike, but Joshua, my youngest brother, decided that he also wanted to ride. And so we were trading the bike off. So I had it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, my normal ride time.
Oh, dude,
and he had it Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. You remember this? Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So every Saturday we would take family rides, and I couldn't ride the racing bike because it was Joshua's day to ride it. And then that pissed me off. But
what kind of bike was it again?
It's
a 19, still have it, right?
Yeah, it's a 1987 Centurion Le Mans RS.
Yeah.
It's steel frame. It's got Ultegra components. Nice bike for the 1980s. I mean, it's like a classic. It's kind of like the Peugeot in the background, but a little younger,
Also still put together, bro.
Also still runs. That's the thing. And then one day, May, I don't know, May, like the second week of May at some point, I was playing online with my guy Ethan here, and I get a phone call halfway through the game, And
Yeah.
I picked up and Josh was like, "We found me a bike."
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
you got a good
"What?"
bike?
Like, what? What do you mean you found me a bike? He's like, "We were at the bike shop and we found me a bike. And so it's
Yeah.
my bike now. You can have the racing bike. I got my own bike." And they come home
Yeah.
with a Trek 1900 or maybe it's a 2100.
You sound
It's,
like
it's right over
it's like
there.
20 something, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 2100 Trek 2100 carbon tubing.
Yeah. Dude,
Shimano
and then like I
105.
feel like within like 2 weeks, like then
It
you
was.
get
It was. So
specialized.
like that,
Right
Josh
after.
got a bike. Then the weekend, Zach got his
Yeah.
Fuji road bike, which is also in the back room on the trainer right now, because I was
Yeah.
riding that. And then the next week, Anne, my girlfriend, was here at my house, and so we got her a bike. And that
It's
day, it was a
specialized, yeah.
Specialized Dolce. We picked it up, and I was like, Dad, you know what? I want a bike. I want
Yeah.
my own
Of
bike.
course
You know?
you do. Of course you do. Yeah.
And then that night, literally the night we picked up her bike, he like called me up from the basement. He was like, "Yo, I found your bike." And I was like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean?" He's like, It's here. It's in Lafayette, Indiana, 2012 Specialized LA. Lafayette, Indiana. I mean, that's a 3-hour drive one way, but I was
Dude,
determined.
Facebook Marketplace treated our group so well with the bikes. Like
It
we
did.
got like 4 or 5
Absolutely.
bikes maybe. Just
I'm
4
still
bikes.
looking at Facebook Marketplace. I think it's
Oh,
gonna be
like
great when we have money
daily, dude.
to get stuff.
I'm like, dude, like there's like a nice like I don't know, S works for like $3,000. I'm like,
Exactly.
that's so cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna go on there at some point and get a bike. That's kind of my plan.
Hoping one of those Bianchis rolls through sometime soon here for you.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Me too. So
You guys are
yeah,
also looking at the Bianchi fanboy over here. This guy
Oh.
is obsessed.
I'm second to Herman for sure. I think
Like Herman, yeah.
he's the biggest one. But yeah, then we just rode. I just been riding since then all the time.
Now, how many miles are you at now? Like how far have you gone to this point this summer? Just an estimate.
4,286 or something like that. Yeah,
Dude,
that's what we're looking
that's
at.
crazy. That's crazy.
And that's this year. Hopefully,
Yeah.
get some more next year and the year after that. So
Dude, yeah, we just have like these crazy aspirations. We're like next year we're already talking about like
10K.
yeah, like I mean yeah, 10,000 or even just like the monthly centuries or just like weekly like hundreds of miles. Like I think my max is like 170. I want to say like
That's your
170.
max. Okay, well, other than Ragbri, my max was 270.
270?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I rode 270 miles in May. That was in May. I had a week of 270.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy.
That was fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, part of the reason, I mean, and everyone knows, obviously, I was out for most of July, so
that happens. Yeah. That's true.
I missed
That's
out.
true.
Let's just, I mean, obviously, like a lot of this is based around that. Let's transition to July 19th, 2020.
All right.
I don't know.
What a day.
I mean, obviously, like I think it's less talked about, but you were the first one to fall of the group.
That's
First guy to
right.
hit the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. You know when that accident that happened to me, when that happens, and it's not the worst accident of the day.
Dude,
It's been a bad day.
I remember, yeah, because like we were going over this metal bridge. No, like wood bridge. Metal,
Little metal
like,
studs, the nail heads.
we were probably like not even like 15 miles into the ride. I feel like it was like not
just about
not very,
15. We got down Conklin.
And he hits this and he goes over this bridge we've gone over like so many times this summer, probably 10, 15 times already this summer. And like just absolutely like beefed it and just fell over.
Yeah, I slipped there's the bridge wall, there's a gap, there's the studs and the rest of the bridge. And we were riding too many abreast at that point, and I'd gotten shoved to the outside. So I was in between the bridge wall and the studs. And I was like, oh God. And I just happened to hit one of those studs, and it just slipped my wheel out. And I fell off I rolled down onto the concrete, pretty far away onto the concrete.
And like pretty hard too. Like the fact that you only had, I mean, you had some nice cuts, but like
I only had abrasions. I fell, Dad fell, Ron fell.
Yeah.
Less so than me.
Yeah.
And then Uncle Nevin rolled over my back wheel.
Just straight rolled over the bike. He's just steamrolled over you
He
guys.
just straight over the rat. I haven't. That rim is perfectly fine. So something happened. A miracle of
Somehow,
the day.
somehow his like cushion seat in his
Yeah, it
trek
had to be. It had to be.
frame saved. I don't know. It was light enough.
It's because he hadn't gotten his new shoes yet.
Yeah, and then obviously we got to McHenry. So I guess like tell me about your experience. You were coming in behind me, I think, right? You were.
No, I was ahead. I was the first.
You were ahead of me in the group, yeah.
So I crossed the road, and then I yelled clear. I crossed the road, kind of turned back, saw you on the crest of the road, and Dad. From my view, because I was turned around, it was
Next
you
to
in the
me.
middle of the road and Dad
Yeah.
on the left of you. But you're right.
Yeah.
You were kind of cresting the road, and I was like, all right, we made it across the road. So I put my head back forward, got past the post, and I was down a little way, and I just heard Dad scream, and I turned around, and you were like already on the ground.
Like, oh!
And I was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
So I put my bike off to the side against against the fence, the like chicken wire fence.
Yeah.
The bike on the side, and then I started in, and then I was like, nah, I need water, and Dad yelled water at the same time, and I was like, yeah, you're right. So I grabbed both of my water bottles. I went back to the bike, grabbed both my water bottles, walked over to you. I was not too close. I was about 30 feet away.
Yeah, you were farther up.
I was into the pole, into the next part of the bike path, and then turned around, you were on the ground already, and then
you came over and started CPR. Okay.
No, I thought I might have to. I was like, oh God.
Imagine. Oh my God.
Am I gonna have to start like no, but I kind of like got to you. Dad was getting himself set up. I kind of like got over to you, like kind of looked, and I was like, okay.
I was in this like huge shock, I remember. And like
yeah, you were kind of like laughing, like you were just like sitting there like stunned, and I was like, all right, what's the damage? And your head's bloody, you got blood on your cheek there. Like I was like, okay, what's the deal?
It was like dude, like it's something that I think about all the time. I mean, obviously like think about this, I'd say every day, but like I wonder like if I was like unconscious for like a small amount of time maybe. Because like I even like a second or two, I feel like.
Well, because I'd say that there's some kind of like there's a memory wipe that happens when something severe happens like that to you.
Yeah.
So like I don't think you were ever unconscious because I turned around pretty immediately and you were already moving, if on the ground. But like I'm pretty sure your brain probably blacked out the actual moment. It's like when I got my black eye in first grade when I hit something. I got injured in first grade running into a sixth grader, but like yeah, straight up. Not nearly as serious, but like. But the same thing applies. Like I remember running into the sixth grader, and then I don't remember falling, and I remember people standing over me like, "Are you all right?"
Running
like
into the sixth grader.
Yeah, dude, barreled into her. This girl with a bubble vest, like a bubble jacket.
It was a girl.
Yeah, slammed into her. I couldn't stop. I guess she didn't care. She wasn't looking. But like, there's that time. Like I remember the impact. And I don't remember anything for that. It's probably like 30 seconds until I finally like actually remember something happening. So there's like that wipe of injury.
Because I remember like the next thing. I remember like, I just remember like we were just talking, and then I think like we had grabbed hands or something, and I was like squeezing her hand. I was just like so, because like I just don't like medical stuff, like ambulances, like hospitals, that kind of stuff. And I remember like thinking, I was like that's where this is going. And I remember just being like, I was just scared like what was happening, but and then I like stood up and like I was obviously like taking selfies, I was like taking videos, which was like still kind of like looking back, I'm like
shock.
Yeah, I was just smiling. And then you guys just like kept riding, right? Like you just like finished the ride, finished the week. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't finishing that ride, probably the hardest single ride I've ever finished.
Yeah,
for sure. Because after you crashed, we went on, had breakfast, came back. Then the group kind of split up, and Steve pissed off to the front because he thought that we were way up there. Dad was kind of dogging it. Uncle Nevin and Ron went ahead of us at Stearns Woods because we were waiting for Dad. Met a guy with an Orbea road bike and an Orbea mountain bike, like both of them. That was kind of nutty. And then Ron fell, and then I fell again. And that time Josh hit me and flew over me. And
Yeah.
then we made it to Algonquin, and I was just in pain. Dad's bike was half broken. Joshua's bike was scraped up. Joshua himself was in a frenzy, and we still had 15 miles to go before, and it was 4:00. I mean, like, we started at 6, 7 in the morning.
It was a long day.
And it was 4:00 in the afternoon, and we weren't done. And I was finally processing what happened to you. I didn't process it after it happened. It didn't like actually hit me until Algonquin on the way back. And so I was freaking out, but I was so like, I need to finish this ride. Like, it has to be done. I need it to be over.
Yeah.
My shorts were torn up. My shirt was torn up. It just sucked, all of it.
Yeah. I think I had like just gotten back from the hospital, and you were like, I think we got back at like 3. I think I remember I felt like right around 10-ish. I think we were like right around 10.
Yeah.
Like shortly after then, because then, yeah, I was there till like 2 or 3 o'clock, and then you guys had like swung by to like check on me, I guess, or did you bring something? Or I remember.
We had
No, my car, I think it was, right?
Yeah. Your car was still at my house.
Yeah, it was in your driveway.
We finished the ride at like 5 and then drove your car back.
Came over. I mean, obviously it was in the summer, so it was like still light out. It wasn't a problem. But now it would have been
dark, but it was not dark at that point.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a day. That was a long day.
Dude, yeah, and then that was the first day of Ragbri. If anyone doesn't know, it was the virtual Ragbri we were doing just in the suburbs, just trying to make it work. And there it is. Flex that. Ooh. Hashtag virtual.
The patch, virtually the best, right here.
There it is, virtually the best. But yeah, I mean, we joked about the like. It was cause I didn't actually sign up for Ragbri. I was kind of like cheating it. I was kind of doing it anyway. And like literally like, and it was me and then 6 guys that signed up for Ragbri. Like it was like.
Yeah, but like Dad and Josh barely signed up, so like,
yeah,
it's a continuum.
Yeah, I guess.
And Herman wasn't there because he was
working. Herman. Yeah,
his wife's birthday was that day.
I hadn't even met Herman at that point.
No,
I met him for the first time that Saturday or something. The Friday. Or Saturday. It was like one of the last days. I mean, yeah, like transition again. Like growing up, like obviously being like a biking family, like did you guys like even doing like neighborhood rides, would you guys always wear helmets? Was that something that your parents really emphasized?
Oh, yeah. Hands down. It was always you never got on a bike without your helmet on. Not even to like test the bike.
No.
It's helmets all the time.
Yeah.
So
it's just because like I mean you want to talk about a little bit. Your dad had some biking racing somewhat experience kind of.
Yeah, he
did the racing, yeah.
He raced for a while. Like cat, whatever it is. I might have switched at some point, but he was like the
cat
second
10, cat 12, I don't know.
The second to lowest cat.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the lowest cat, so I guess
he was cruising. So I mean, yeah, I guess like it definitely helps to have that kind of experience in the family, but also like I mean common sense. Like I feel like everyone knows my perspective at this point, but just I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, and we didn't just ride bikes. We did like skateboarding. I've done a lot of rollerblading and scootering and stuff. You just
same thing.
Wore a helmet. That was.
Do it.
You might not have worn anything else. Like let's be like probably not going to wear all the knee. I actually did street hockey for a while, helmet, but at that point you also wear like the knee pads, the shoulder pads, the wrist,
and
stuff. So like, I spent a lot of my childhood with a helmet on. Just never really thought about it because everybody in my family did it. So
dude, yeah, like just picture me. I even posted like pictures when I was like 2, 3, like.
There's a picture of me, my dad holding me like right here, and I had a helmet on, but it was like way too big for my head.
Dude, that's cool.
It's yellow. It's got yellow and it's purple like galaxy on top, and it's just like my head, the helmet. It's cute, but it's huge.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I love that. Let's see. You got any other like thoughts on like bike safety or biking in general or anything? Oh, we were just talking about earlier. Let's talk about like the pro tour or something else along with like our own biking. We've actually like I feel like followed like I mean, you more than I have lately, but like the pro circuit, like I was pretty big into the tour, but then fell off a little bit after that. But I'm a big Jumbo Visma fan. I mean, I'm not gonna hide it. Love
You're a
those
big
guys.
T Spanute fan.
Yeah, Tish Benoot from Sunweb. Is he something Sunweb? Yeah.
Still
Oh, I mean,
Sunweb.
obviously love Van Aert and like Roglic and all those guys. And what's his what's the one
Peter Sagan.
no the one guy we're talking about from Jumbo, the American guy.
Oh, Sepp Kuss, the boy from Durango.
Sepp Kuss. Dude,
The inspiration to all of us.
he's the future.
Him,
Yeah.
Matthew Van Der Poel, and Wout Van Aert, and the guy who beat him this past weekend at cyclocross might be.
Yeah.
Then they're the names for now. And Roglic, I guess he's not that young. He's not that old. And Tadej Pogacar, I guess you can't forget him. He's our age.
He's nuts. He younger, no, just older. He's 22, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's your favorite, like favorite team to watch, favorite racer, rider, whatever you want to call him?
Well, I hate to jump on the Jumbo bandwagon, but I really feel like we all slapped on the Jumbo bandwagon this year. You know,
did. We're like, they're the best. Let's cheer for them. Man.
Yeah, and they had a Bianchi, and we were riding with somebody who had a Bianchi, and it was just like,
oh my God.
Oh, they're not riding Specialized next year. They're riding, I think it's
Giant.
Is it no? I think it's Scott. Or like
Scott, really?
Another bike brand. I don't remember who it is. I should look it up. I can tell
Wilder with Pinarello.
It's not. It's
Canyon. Yeah, look it up right now. We got time. Well, we'll take this short ad break to name our sponsors, the Room Place Riders, and also Ragbri. Thanks for those guys for sponsoring us. Also Peugeot, thanks for the sponsorship as well. Specialized on your end, Specialized.
Oh, no, they're riding Cervelo.
Oh, really? That's
Mitchell
cool.
and Scott are riding Bianchi, and Team Sunweb is riding Scott now.
Dude.
How about that?
How often do they change that kind of thing? Is that a pretty frequent contract change thing?
Bianchi have ridden with Jumbo Visma for the last 7 years.
And they just even though they're doing well, they just didn't agree on it. Maybe they wanted too much cash.
I don't know. I have no idea, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be weird to see that Jumbo yellow jersey on top of a Cervelo and not a blue bike.
What color are they going to have, you think?
Probably black.
I guess just like the newest model, whatever it is.
Yeah, the era. I think it's the S5 or something like that. The new Cervelo bike.
Yeah.
Be vibing.
Nice. Well, I mean, yeah. If you have nothing else, I mean, I appreciate you coming on, man. This was a great first episode. Great bounce back. Once again, you're listening to the Helmet Save Lad podcast here on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, wherever you're joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, Nathaniel, obviously, for coming on. This was super cool, way better than I thought it would be. So appreciate you, man. And yeah. Any closing words? Leave us with a Lance Armstrong quote, maybe.
Dope. Thanks for having me, and I'd love to come back and talk more.
We will definitely have you back soon. Once we hit it big, you can say you were the first guest here, man. All right. And all right. See you in the next one.
Peace.